Welcome back to Hard Truths for a Soft World. I'm your host, Trevor L Taylor. This is the show where we dig into how technology, comfort, and modern relationship habits are quietly reshaping our brains, our grit, and our love lives. And more importantly, what we can actually do about it. Today, we are tackling episode 7. And let me warn you right now, this one might step on a few toes. We are talking about attraction, specifically what each partner should take the personal responsibility to do in order to remain attractive to their partner over the long haul. We have this very romanticized, almost Disney-fied notion in our culture that once you say I do, or once you commit to a long-term relationship, attraction is just supposed to be this permanent, unconditional state. We tell ourselves, if they really love me, they'll be attracted to me no matter what I do, no matter how I act, and no matter how much I let myself go. But let's face the hard truth. Love and desire are not the same thing. You can love someone deeply, care for them profoundly, and feel absolutely zero physical or emotional attraction toward them. So, how do we prevent that? How do we keep the spark alive when the novelty wears off? Today, we are breaking down the mindset and the daily choices, physical, emotional, and behavioral, that each partner needs to own to stay desirable and respected in the eyes of the other. Let's get into it. To understand how to maintain attraction, we first have to understand how it works in the brain. When you first meet someone and fall in love, your brain is flooded with dopamine. That's the neurotransmitter responsible for reward, motivation, and novelty seeking. It's what gives you those butterflies. It's what makes you stay up until 3 a.m. talking when you have to work the next day. But neuroscience tells us that this dopamine rush is temporary. It is biologically impossible to sustain that initial high forever. As the relationship matures, the brain shifts from dopamine-driven passion to oxytocin-driven attachment. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone. It makes us feel safe, secure, and comfortable. And here is the paradox. The very things that make a long-term relationship feel safe and secure, predictability, routine, familiarity, are the exact same things that suffocate desire. The renowned psychotherapist Esther Perel talks about this brilliantly. She says that love enjoys knowing everything about you, but desire needs mystery. Intimacy grows through familiarity, but desire thrives on novelty and the unknown. So, if you want to remain attractive to your partner, your first responsibility is to maintain a sense of mystery and independence. What does that actually look like in practice? It means you cannot let the relationship become your entire identity. Perel's research found that when people are asked, when are you most drawn to your partner? They rarely say, when we are sitting on the couch watching Netflix in our sweatpants. Instead, the number one answer is, when I see them in their element. Think about that. You are most attractive to your partner when you are doing something you are passionate about, when you are confident, and when you are slightly distanced from them. Maybe it's watching your partner give a presentation, play a sport, create art, or just engage in a hobby they love. When you see them in their flow state, they become slightly elusive again. They aren't just your partner, they are an independent, capable, fascinating human being. So, your responsibility here is to keep your own passions alive. Do not merge so completely with your partner that you lose yourself. Have your own friends, have your own hobbies, cultivate your own intellectual growth. Intelligence and curiosity are incredibly attractive. When you are constantly learning and growing, you bring new energy and new conversation into the relationship. You remain a mystery that your partner still wants to solve. Now, let's talk about the physical side of things. This is where people get really uncomfortable, but we deal in hard truths here. You have a personal responsibility to take care of your physical health and appearance. There is a rising trend of weight stigma and body positivity debates, and while we should absolutely treat everyone with respect, we cannot ignore the biological reality of physical attraction. According to research published in Psychology Today, one of the biggest challenges long-term couples face is a drastic change in physical fitness. When you stop working out, when you stop dressing well, when you stop putting effort into your grooming, you are sending a subconscious message to your partner. You are saying, I have secured you, so I no longer need to try. Taking care of your body is not about looking like a fitness model. It is about demonstrating self-respect. When you exercise, you aren't just improving your physique, you are boosting your own dopamine and testosterone levels. You are improving your mood, your energy, and your confidence. And confidence is universally attractive. Furthermore, maintaining your physical health shows your partner that you are committed to being around for the long haul. It shows that you value yourself, and by extension, you value the relationship enough to bring your best self to it. So, ask yourself, are you putting the same effort into your appearance today as you did on your first 3 dates? If not, it's time to take responsibility and step it up. Moving on to the emotional and behavioral responsibilities. Dr. John Gottman, one of the leading researchers on marriage and relationships, has spent decades studying what makes couples stay together and what drives them apart. He found that the #1 predictor of divorce is contempt. Contempt is when you treat your partner with disrespect, mockery, sarcasm, or eye rolling. It is the opposite of admiration. And as the old saying goes, familiarity breeds contempt. When we get too comfortable, we stop filtering our frustrations. We start taking our partner for granted. If you want to remain attractive, you have to take responsibility for your emotional regulation. You have to actively cultivate fondness and admiration. This means expressing gratitude daily. It means putting your phone down and making actual eye contact when your partner is speaking to you. It means being emotionally available and vulnerable. Vulnerability is incredibly attractive because it requires courage. It means consciously choosing not to hide your true feelings, fears, or desires. When you open up to your partner, especially if you are usually guarded, it creates a profound moment of connection and surprise. It breaks the routine. Finally, let's talk about intentionality. Love might start a relationship, but effort is what keeps it alive. A relationship is like a garden. If you don't water it, it will die. You have a responsibility to continue dating your partner. I don't just mean going to the same restaurant every Friday night. I mean introducing novelty. Remember that dopamine we talked about earlier? The brain releases dopamine when it encounters something new and exciting. Plan a surprise weekend trip. Try a new activity together that neither of you has done before. Flirt with your partner. Send them a text in the middle of the day just to tell them you're thinking about them. You have to actively choose to pursue your partner every single day. So let's recap the hard truths for today. To remain attractive to your partner, you must take personal responsibility for 4 things. #1, maintain your independence and mystery. Keep your own passions alive so your partner can see you in your element. #2, take care of your physical health and appearance. Show self-respect and bring your best physical self to the relationship. Number 3, cultivate emotional attractiveness. Regulate your emotions, avoid contempt, practice vulnerability, and actively show admiration. And number 4, be intentional. Keep dating your partner and introduce novelty to keep the dopamine flowing. Attraction is not a passive state. It is an active daily choice. It requires grit, effort, and a refusal to settle for comfortable mediocrity. That's all for episode 7. Thank you for tuning in to Hard Truths for a Soft World. I'm Trevor L Taylor. Keep growing, keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next episode.